There ain't gonna be no 2%. These are like 10,
15.
50%. You loan 4,000, you genius. Like, I need to have a conversation with you about that. And if not anything else, that in itself, like how creative you can be. Essentially, from your 1,500 in your 7 days, you took around 750.
Yeah.
Boom. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I've literally got one of my students, Juliet. Well, I don't know if I can call her a student after this because we've literally just been getting on like a house of fire. But yeah, essentially she's one of my students, and if you guys have known, I've spoken about her a lot. She made just over 1,500 in a matter of days, which blew me away. So I was like, she needs to come, we need to talk about this. So guys, before we even get into the interview, please make sure that you comment, you like, and you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And yeah, let's just jump straight in because I just want to get away with the talking. I want to talk right now. So Juliet, just say hello to everyone and introduce you to them, and just talk about what you maybe was doing before and yeah, what you're doing now essentially.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Juliet and I am an Amazon seller. So I was doing MFM before I started on eBay. Started my own website, and then I moved to Amazon, and I wasn't seeing the sales that I really wanted to see. And then obviously I started looking at Amazon courses, seeing what everyone else was doing, and then I started following Shola. Like, this is like 2 years ago, and I was just like, oh, I kept on telling everyone, oh, do you know this person? Do you know her? Do you know her? And then like closer to last year, I was just like, do you know what? No, I actually have to go onto this course. And then since I've come on, it's been amazing. I've really seen so much drastic changes. When I say drastic changes, I mean, and I was telling you this as well, I said it, I paid for the course using the money I made from learning from the course. So my profit from Amazon is what I used to pay for the course.
Essentially, she's creative. So she used, this is what you call leverage. Like,
yeah.
So you took essentially like Klarna. So I do offer people the ability to pay with Klarna. So Juliet was like, I'm not gonna use my own money.
Nope.
I'm not gonna use my own money. She essentially signed up to Klarna.
Yeah.
Like, they paid for the course and she just had to pay in installments. And then that allowed you to essentially use the money to buy products.
Exactly. So the money that I was supposed to use to pay for the course, I was just like, hold on a second, let me just pay a third now. Use them because I know she's going to drop some gems, and I might have to sign up and do a few things with a few suppliers. So I said, okay, let me use that money to pay for others, to pay for like the stock I need to buy, and then pay for the remaining months once I've made the profit. So it was kind of like a motivation to make me push even quicker, to make sure. You have to remember, next month you've got to still pay your installments.
So if you don't make money, the money is coming out there.
So yeah, that was a big push that I needed.
And I genuinely think that's amazing because I've done that myself. Like, I could speak firsthand. I mean, there was a business that I tried before Amazon, which was rent to rent, and I literally went in and took out a loan every day loan shark. I didn't got good credit. I hold my hands up. So the loans that I would have to get, they ain't going to be no 2%. These are like 10, 15, 50%. You loan 4,000, you give them back 10.
What?
So yeah, I was like, no. So with every finance that you do, they have to give you 2 weeks to change your mind. So essentially what I would do, I took the loan out, and then I knew I had 2 weeks to change my mind. So I used all of the money from the business, generated money, and then gave that back in. And I was like, oh, that's how you do it. So when you done that, and I saw your review come up on Trustpilot, and I saw you write, I used my profit to pay for the finance. I was like, this girl is really like...
Literally, that was me.
So creative.
That was me.
So creative. It's oh my god. That is literally how entrepreneurs need to be. Like that.
Yeah.
You don't think of, oh my god, I ain't got the money right now. I ain't got this. You think solution.
And they leverage. And if you like watch all these like what's it called, like all these motivational talks and stuff, like finance motivational talks, they say that as well.
Leverage.
They talk about bridging loans. They talk about, so these are stuff that I have to say, how can I do it in this case, because I can't pay this whole money down right now. But yeah.
Creative.
Very.
Literally creative. I was just like, she's genius. Like, I need to have a conversation with you about that. And if not anything else, that in itself, like how creative you can be, because a lot of people will look at it as, well, I just suppose it's to do with mindset, because people might look at it as like, oh, well, why is she offering people to pay in credit? That's just encouraging people to go into debt for a course. No, I'm giving you an opportunity where if you have the money there, you can save that money, use that to buy stock, and essentially pay that back with profit. So it doesn't have to come out of any of your. It pays for itself.
Definitely.
It doesn't have to come out of your money. I mean, the only danger of it is when you do it and you know you're not
don't
hard
do it.
working.
Yeah.
Then now you're in trouble. But if you know, like, I'm about to make some money.
That's true.
And you will make money. Like,
100%.
there's not one person that has taken the course and not gone through the information and taken action that hasn't made money.
100%.
And I'm not even being big-headed. I just feel like if you can get into my brain and how I think, you're in for the win. And now this new course, I realized that the way I saw sometimes is difficult for other people because I enjoy it, so I can sit down for 4 hours, but other people can't. So now I did the automatic way where, you know, you do nothing, the products are there for you.
Yeah.
The products are there for you now. Like, I cannot do anything more in terms of...
Boom.
I can't do anything more in terms of doing it, but
Yeah.
you were one of the people that I was like, I have to get you in, because it's like, you just came in, like, you brought the course, and then it was boom, I just made, and then your sales came with 15,000 in revenue, and I was like, sorry, where did this come from? When did you come in? Do I know your name properly good yet? Like, I ain't got time to even know your name yet, and you're like showing all these sales. Like, it's ridiculous, man. Honestly, ridiculous. Like, you're insane.
That's so, do you know? I feel like the best, like, what do you call it? Like, the justice that you can do to yourself is showing that, especially if you're going to take this course, the best thing you can do to yourself is make sure you're prepared for it and to smash it out of the park. Like, if you're on a salary job, because obviously I didn't have the luxury of a salary job. I was on a salary job and it really wasn't working for me. So they had to excuse me, aka fire me. But it wasn't working. So, you know, when you go into business, it's survival of the fittest. So you know you have rent to pay.
Or you drown.
You know you have rent to pay, so you know you have to make it work.
Essentially, from your 1,500 in your 7 days, you took around 750.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's
Literally.
those are the margins.
Literally.
Those are the margins that you want to hear, because it's like, okay, now it makes sense.
And that's like, with some people, I give, for example, and this is the thing as well, I have those, and I do have those like 10-15%.
What would you say was the key to you even making that? Like, well, first of all, actually, how much did you even start with to even make that amount? Because this is the question people always ask. Like, they ask, you know, what's the profit margins, what's the ROI, and how much did that person start with to even make that money?
When I saw like what one of the members was making, I was just like, wow, like, because of this course, you made that. Wow. So you can actually get to that level. So I was just like, no, I think I can do this. And that's how I started. Amazon stock, I would say, started with £200 maybe.
You're lying.
£200.
No, not that.
So the first stock that I sent in was worth £200.
I'm not saying you're lying, but like,
yeah.
Do you know sometimes, I preach these things and I know myself.
Yeah.
But you know, until when you hear someone say it, you say, because you guys be making
you
guys be making it look too easy.
But it makes sense why.
You guys,
because I've made the money back. I've genuinely made the money, of course, 100%.
Like,
in days.
You're just laughing at me,
Yeah.
basically. Like, how much? Yeah, let me show you what I'm going with it.
But I made the money back in days. I have to say about Shola, that's really good. Like, she's never like, oh, I make the most money here, so you guys have to have. No. If I'm making 10,000, you can make 10,000 too.
Why can't you?
Like, she wants you to come up to where she is as well. Because a lot of times, a lot of people that do this as well, they come in, they're kind of like, oh, I'm the Lord, I make $10,000 or 15 million in a year, and you can't, kind of like, you can aspire to be me, but you can never be me. Those kind of people, you know.
Aspire to be yourself.
With you, it's just like, I want everyone to win. Everyone has to win. Even with the group sessions as well, you can see her drive and her hunger for everyone to win. And yeah, that's inspiring. And items as well.
Everyone does.
So it's a mixture of stuff. But most, say for example, 50% of my stock has 50%, the 50% profit. So there's some like maybe 20% that have a 10 to 15%. But then because of the mumbo jumbo of everything, I still get a good 30, 40%. I'm still high on my
I feel like, and that's
profit.
important as well, because if I say I don't touch 10 to 15%, I'll be lying.
Yeah, I do.
But that's not my preference.
Yeah.
And if I do touch in it, it's got to be
They've got volumes.
There's a reason why I've decided to even touch something that low.
Yeah.
Like, my minimum margins 30, 40, 50. those are the type of margins that I want to see. And if you ever get me going lower, it's because this product is going to sell ridiculously. It makes sense. It makes sense to go in there for a quick flick to come back out.
Yeah.
Put your money in 1 month, take it back out.
Buy 100, you get. But say for example, you buy 100, you sell 100 within 10 days, you can get it out, start and go
quick.
again.
Because I don't think people get confused. Like profit margins in terms of what you're taking home, but so in terms of like your return on investment, I feel like profit margins is really good because you know how much money you're taking in profit. But realistically, return on investment, I feel like, is a better measure because you're taking what you've made and you're reinvesting it anyway. It's not like you're going to take your profit margins and then run away with it. Like profit margins is good when you want to start paying yourself, so you know, okay, like what am I making net? But your ROI for me, I think, is more important because you start with a certain amount, you know it's going to make you this amount back, you take that money, you reinvest it, of course you work out how much profit you're making, but ROI, I feel like for me, is what is this amount of money that I'm spending going to bring me back in value, and what can I make from that? That's what I feel like is literally the most important. But you was just
and do you know, sometimes when I see ROI, when I see, like, say for example, I see £5 profit, it's different when you see 300% ROI.
Like,
it's like,
I like that. I like the percentages. It's good, and I love to see that you are essentially like you just adopted the same style as me. Like, I think people have different types, and I think even in the course of I talk about different types of sellers. Because you can have someone who wants volume, lower percentages, higher volume, and then you can have someone like me and you who's like, I'll take slower sales for more money.
Definitely.
Money. Like, I want more money to go home with. I don't want more money to literally sit in my back. I want more money to go home with, and that's the most important thing. So there's different types of sellers, and there's not one which is better than the other. It's just good so that you have the balance and you know what type of seller you are, and you just run with that, and you're like, okay, well, this is the way that works for me. I love that.
Do you know, there's one time I asked a really dumb question. This is when I started watching the group chat, the group videos that you normally do. It's just like, how can I find a profit that will get me £10 a month? And it's just like, how long is a string, basically? Do you get what I mean? Because it's just like, how much are you buying it for? How much are you selling it for? Do you know, there's so many questions that people ask, and someone who's watching this might be asking the same question as well. It's not that easy because there's so many logistics that go to it. I'll give you an example. If you buy, if you're looking to get 10% profit, you can actually buy something for £1 and sell it for £11, or you can buy it for £15 and you can sell it for £25. And it's not even that, because Amazon take out their own profits as well.
It's the weight of the product as well.
The logistics. Is it heavy? Is it light? How long is it? How much is it going to cost you to send it to Amazon? How much is Amazon going to charge you to send it out? So all these like items are things that you have to think about as well. So it's not just saying, how can I get, this item can get you £10 profit, but you might have to do this, you might have to do that, you know. So it's not as straightforward as it sounds. Like just saying, I want £50 profit. Okay. But
like in theory, like if you want those kind of margins, like let's say for instance, if there is someone that wanted £10 profit, they're gonna have to be looking at things like maybe spending that you're going to spend more money, like, because it's going to be a product that's going to sell for a lot more money. So you'd be buying products for maybe like £30 or £10 or £15 per unit,
literally,
and then it would sell for something like £45 or £40, and you'd get that profit.
But the thing is, do you want to just go and buy 3 or 4 of these items? So this is another question that you have to ask yourself as well, because I feel like I started noticing that, like, I kept on saying, I want these £10 profit items, but I'm having to buy them for £15 and then to sell them on for the, but she's getting them that £15 to start off with. Why would you, because this is something I was speaking to my husband about as well, why would you just use £15 to get one item and get £10 profit when you can buy 15 £1 items and get £3 or £4 profit from them, and it's much more than the actual,
and you'd get, like, instead of making £10
exactly,
you get like £45 combined for each of them. It makes so much sense in terms of making that money stretch a little bit more. But then on the opposing side, people might argue that when they go for products that cost less, then there's more competition.
This is the problem,
and that's the thing that I think that's really important, is that I think a lot of the time when I was saying to Isaac, a lot of people want to see, you know, someone making £200,000-300,000 a month, but when they're only taking 10%,
that's a problem.
So it might be better for you to see someone making 30,000 actually, which is less, with more margin. then you're like, wow, well, it makes sense to do less of the work and have more margin than essentially to do loads of work for so many units to prep and send and then take less money home. Please
go for 50% margin. At least 50% profit.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And it makes it worth your time.
Yeah.
It makes it worth your time, and I feel like it's easier than people actually think to get those margins.
You will find those items.
You will. It's just stop looking for the ones that sell in 2,000 times a month.
They don't sell £2,000. They don't sell 2,000 items
They don't sell 2,000 times a month.
But you will find those items. And if you get 100, and this is what Shola was saying, and you were saying as well, if you get 1,000 of or 100 of these items that sell 30 a month, you're looking at good bank.
And margins.
Yeah.
You're getting that with
there's
the
a
margins.
sanity you have as well that you're just like, you know what? At least I know.
Yeah. I'm not working for free.
It's not 29p profit.
It's not. I'm not working for free.
Yeah.
It makes
100%.
so much of a difference. But that was really nice having you. I feel like we had an amazing chat. We're probably going to talk off the camera anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm just so conscious of time because the last one ran over and you was outside and I was like, oh my God. I didn't realise until I stopped and I looked at the clock and I was like, oh my God, like no. Is she outside?
Oh,
so I should literally let everyone in. But what would you say is your last message, or what would you say to someone who's maybe thinking of getting started in Amazon, because you're like a living proof to people? Like, I feel like I'm an inspiration. I feel like you guys inspire me. Like, I'm speaking from my heart, because it's like you guys have shown me that you can take something and run with it. And that's why I always give back to you guys in terms of the tools, the course, the things that I add in, because I know that you guys have already committed to yourself and taken that leap of faith and then gone and done it. So I'm always going to give you guys back, and I don't hold anything back for that mere fact, because you guys have invested in yourself. Now I need to invest in you too.
Yeah.
But I went off a tangent. What couple of maybe 3 tips you'd give to someone who wants to get started in Amazon, for instance?
I would say take the course. Take the course. But before you do that, I would say save up enough money, because a lot of people tend to forget that you actually need money to make money. So this isn't free. No one's going to give you their time and their resources for you to just not do anything with it. And the good thing about paying for a specific course, when you've got your money in something, you're more serious about it, because that's where your money is. So put your money where your mouth is and join the course. Secondly, I would say you've got to decide in your heart to do it. So you've got to do that first. I would say that's number 1 before you actually.
That's even number 1 first.
And then always have a mood board as well. I don't know who told me this. Like having like your plans and your goals.
Yeah, the goals that individuals daily.
Yeah. If you do that, then you're thinking, I don't really think the salary isn't really mathing at the moment. So
the
when you actually no, it's not. So when you do that, when you write down your goals and your plans and stuff, that is also a motivation to want to do something and actually get the course and start on Amazon, which is lovely.
Thank you. Well, obviously that was just amazing. Literally, I want to talk, and there's going to be a lot of things that I'm going to put into place this year, because I feel like obviously this is the first time I've ever got to like meet you and meet some of the students, and I just love it. I just love seeing that I don't look at myself as like, oh, I'm the holy grail mentor guru or whatever. Like, I look at it as we're all in this together.
Yeah.
It's just that you guys, paid a bit of money to get in my brain, but we are all the same.
Yeah.
We all can have conversations about our goals and like what we want to smash in terms of our next thing. So it's just nice to meet you guys. So thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So literally, that was literally probably a really amazing interview that we've done with Juliet. So I just want to make sure again that you guys like, comment, subscribe, recommend some videos, and if you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, share it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.